which. pH 7 on the production. Yeah. There you have it. Our vows. This is the Black Russian podcast. Tiambuku and Yula. So no, it was cool. I mean, listen to it on your podcast now. How does it hit you?
That it's all true. It's amazing that what kills me is that we probably wrote it about, I'd say, 13 years ago. And every single time I listen to it, every single word is still true. And it's like, wow, how did we envision it that way? We
Yeah.
had no idea where we were going. I mean, we had an idea, but we didn't have specifics.
Right. And I think that was one of our best things that we did was write our vows that weren't rigid. It was based upon concepts and just what would you call it? Just core things, core truths, not rigid. Like I promise to beat a guy up if he ever calls you out of your name, or very specific. Like, you know.
I think that for me was always from the beginning was a very different relationship from any others that I had before because it really did not have an end goal at all. Like there was no, I didn't have a goal. I didn't know that we were gonna get married. I didn't know that we were gonna have a house. I didn't know that we were gonna even be together. But it was really going on my intuition and going on, hey, this is something that I need to do. I actually want to be with this guy and share whatever comes our way, and that will be fun, and that will be worth risking whatever else that I have to risk to get there.
Right. Okay. Cool. It's nice. We did so far so good.
Yeah, so far
We're
so
still
good.
here, to live and kicking. Okay. So now we're gonna go into us, all of our stuff, and like I said, this is just one of the ways that you can do it. We'll just give you an example of how we do it, how we came about it, and hopefully it'll spark some ideas and maybe it's take some from us, do some other things, and keep it moving. So how did you come into this space?
Into the space of being with you, or into the space
No.
of being with you in this way?
In the space of deciding that you wanted a relationship that was not monogamous based.
Well, like I said, I think that nothing about this relationship, or my relationship with you, was preset and had an end goal. And because we were close friends before, and because you were always very open about how you lead your life, that was built into my decision-making process. This was not the hardest thing that I had to overcome to be with you from the beginning. I mean, it at the time, I had to overcome a lot more. I mean, it was different circumstance. I went against every single, I guess, social norm that I was raised with, and it did not come easy. It was not easy with my family at all. I had two kids. I had to go against, my parents. I had to go against a lot of people that expected better from me, just to make that decision to be with you. So, the style of the relationship was already built in because you had an idea of how you wanted to live, and I accepted it because it made sense to me. But getting to it was a longer process, and I had to jump through a lot of hoops and overcome a lot of other problems to get there.
Right. And why is it important to you? Like, why is the style of relationship important to you now that you're in it?
Well, because like I said before, I will not accept anyone telling me what to do, ever. I have a very hard time having people tell me what to do. I mean, my parents cannot tell me what to do. You cannot tell me what to do. It's not how I operate. I will listen, and if it makes sense, then yes, we'll do it that way. But otherwise, I will do it the way I want to do it. And having the freedom is the most important thing to me. I mean, I didn't take a job where I had to be locked up. I mean, not locked up, but have less freedom than I have now. It's extremely important to me. Freedom is.
So, how does sexuality play in that? Does it play a major role? Is it?
Yeah, and that's one of the main, one of the major parts of making the decision on having a relationship where you are allowed to have different close relationships with people, is so that I could have that choice if I ever wanted it.
Right.
And that involves having sex. I
Right.
want to have that choice, and I do not want to be lying about it. I could, but I don't want to.
Right. So the freedom is a very, very important thing.
Extremely.
Broad stroke freedom. Yeah. So I came about it, the core setting off point was I started to get into the life of music, of tour managing, road managing, being on the road And I started meeting people all over the place that were amazing, and I could feel myself falling in love all over the place with not just with a girl, but it could be kids at a skate park. It could be producers somewhere else, and I didn't know how to deal with that. Like, how do you? I'm trying to bring them all home, and it's not possible. And then I fell in love with somebody in Australia where it really was not possible. So the core premise of the starting of the foundation was the decisions that you've made in your life have made you the person that I love. The decisions that I've made in my life made me the person that you love. Let's not change a thing. Continue to do and lead your life as you do, and I'll do the same. I'm a vulnerable, insecure man, so discretion would be cool. Like, protect me from parts of your ride that are divine to you but are sensitive to me, and that was the core premise that I lived by for a long, long time. Now, in retrospect, my core premise is that I believe in living intimately. Like, it's not something I just pick and choose. I live intimately. I look for and desire a sincere, deep, genuine connection in everything I do. Whether it's teaching, whether it's learning, whether it's sex, whether it's friendship, whether it's skateboarding, bowling, music, any of that. I desire a sincere, deep connection. So once I've identified that that's my core goal in everything I do, the method or the pathway is secondary. Sometimes it's through sex. Sometimes it's through friendship. Sometimes it's through conversation, music, dance, art, failure. And so I've learned that if I let go of what specific pathway I want to receive this intimate connection with, I actually stay connected more and can connect with more people. And also the premise that I believe all of us are students, teachers, and kindred spirits. And so you never know who you're going to teach or who you're going to learn from or who you're going to connect with. You never know what shape, size, or form or what medium it is. So I learned, for me, it's better for me to be able to be ethically present no matter where I am, because that next teacher may be in the form of a beautiful woman. And we may connect. The first lesson may be through sex, and it may transfer out of that. But if I was in a committed relationship, I would be stuck with the decision of either A, deceiving my relationship at home to learn this lesson, or B, resent my relationship at home because I chose not to endure that lesson. And so those are my foundations. And the reason why it's important to me is for the simple fact is, like, I really feel that we're here to have sincere, rich quality of life, and that tends to be allowing yourself to be present and to be open.
Yeah, and I think that this is what makes you you, and every choice that I have made being with you has been based on not wanting to change anything in the way that you operate, because it's very clear to me that if I start messing with it, I'm not gonna like you, and then I might as well just walk away. My close friends that know me know that I took a whole year, 1 year, to to analyze our relationship and decide if I wanted to be in it. And at the end of the year, I decided, yep, I want to be in it, and I want to be in it in a way that does not change Tion. I am not to mess with anything that he does, whether or not it's easy for me or not. It's definitely not easy, but it's worth it. And therefore, once I made that decision, everything else became easier because I stopped even thinking about it. I'm like, well, you want this relationship, you spent a whole freaking year. I process things extremely slowly. As fast as I make some decisions, others come extremely slowly to me. Important ones I take forever on, but once I make the decision, it's mine, and then all I gotta do is remind myself, yep, you spent this time, you made this decision, and now you don't have to question if you want to be in it or not.
All right. And we're still here. But, our core desires for freedom of choice, decision, and path is what really ties us together. Um, we go about it differently. We're different human beings. We have different ingredients, different balances.
Yeah, I do not live my life by being intimate with a lot of people, and not physically intimate, but close relationships. I need a lot fewer relationships than Theon does. That's just how my energy works. And I think that will answer a lot of questions that I've been getting from people. So, do you have people that you see on the side, or how does it work? Why does Tion allow? Why does he see or have so many intimate friends, and you may not have none, or you may, I mean, any,
Right.
or you may have whatever. But is that fair? It is how it is. We're different people. I do not thrive on. Developing super close relationships. I don't need that many. He does. I mean, he will wilt if he doesn't, if he stops moving and meeting new people and doing new things.
Yeah. And that's what, once again, we want to say. This is not about ego. It's about trusting one's decision making process and empowering them the freedom that's rightfully theirs to make whatever decision. So, we've talked about this. I've said, Eula says, she's not really that interested in X, Y, and Z right now. And I say, that's awesome, but that'll always be your decision. Like, it'll never be my decision. So if you choose to change that, you have the freedom to change that and grow and evolve. We can't build a good foundation that we really want for the long haul if it's rigid. So it's about the freedom of decision. She has the right to create the community, the levels of relationships, the amount, as many or as little as she wants, as I do the same. And it manifests differently. I'm a 6'3" black man with pigeon toes and no belly button. She's not.
Not at all.
What are you? You're a 5'3".
Yeah. White, Russian, Jewish, short hair,
With,
short legs.
with salamander thumbs. But show the camera your thumbs.
Those are perfectly fine. God, I don't know what you think they are.
So we're different people. I like fried chicken. She likes beets.